Oh shoot. Hey, good afternoon. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, I'm back. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkest. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, Chef JT, not the chef in the kitchen. I be chefing up information. Let me get things going. We are Penn State 76. Thanks for coming in. The Democrats is in trouble. Hold on, let me mute this. The topic is the Democratic Party is in trouble. Black people and others, watch out. JT, that is the topic today. Okay. I'll post 2 stories in the chat. Also, there is a link to in the chat to anybody that wants to come on panel. I'll let you know about that in a few. But there's 2 stories in chat that both from Hillary Clinton is talk about Bernie Sanders and also talk about Joe Biden. Talk about that he's not the one that's going to be Trump. And so this is very important. Anybody can hear me, press 1, please. And this is a very important topic. This is very important. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that Biden could pull away. Biden could pull away. But let's see. That but I think that both candidates is not really talk about the issues for America. They are gaining just talk about just beating Trump. There's a lot of issues in this country that is not being talked about. Black Reality TV, salute to the LDBC, that stands for Lions Den Boxing Community. Thanks, Black Reality TV. Kings and Curls. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, Chef JT, not just chef in the kitchen, not be chef of information. Believe that respect My assistance, respect the Underrated One family assistance, respect the LDBC family assistance. Again, LDBC stands for Lions Den Boston Community. All right. And the link is in the chat that, in a few minutes, anybody wants to get on and talk about it. Yes, it is kings and girls. This is serious times, especially for our people. And so the two stories that you see, it goes again. A white woman is bashing the party, and this is the same person that called us super predators back in the 90s. Now, it's going to be some women be thinking that I'm picking on Hillary Clinton. I'm picking on Hillary Clinton. Facts is facts. This is a person that the Clintons had never really, they always used. The Clintons has pimped black people for a long time. And we already, I want to touch on Republicans, because Republicans, just, we already know how Republicans is, but I touch on them too. And, but we have to talk about this. So anybody can hear me, press 1. And the moderate Democrat has not embraced our rights as a people. We can go about talking about Joe Biden all we want to, but at one time, he didn't embrace our rights. Even back in the early 70s, even in the Patriot Act that they voted to lock us up more unjustly back in the 90s. Joe Biden, and the rest of the Democrat Party, even the Republican Party, has been with that. So I'm not going to put all the blame on the Democrat Party. Both parties has done. Both parties has never embraced our rights as people. And to me, we always has to share our rights to somebody else. But we built this country from the ground up against our will. And we had the old download dixies. Democrats don't talk about this, don't talk about that. We don't talk about the payment. And we have paved the way. We have gave a bus way to this. And if there's some in the past has tried, yes, but it's not enough. The Black and Hispanic caucus has not did anything, especially for us as people. Different sectors, yes. The ones that already have, yes. But trickling down, no. So if you can hear me, press 1. If you can hear me, press 1. If y'all can hear me, press 1. So we have to understand that we better get our mind together. And then also we have certain parts of the media is not talk about our issues. They want to be on one side, like what they talking about. Oh, it's black, we black, but when it comes to the trenches of our people, when it comes to the trenches of this oppressed system, keep on brutalizing us, taking resources away from the ones that really sorely need it. The Black and Hispanic community has not gone to the bat for us. And for me, as a black man, I'm tired that we have to share our resources to a certain ethnic group that is not in alignment with us. And we have to understand that. If you can hear me, press 1. If you can hear me, press 1. And that is very important. So continue on the download. The moderate Democrats has never embraced us. The liberals never really embrace us until when it's time that they want our vote. Monique Hill, thanks for coming. And yeah, yes, please, if y'all can hear me, press 1. Thank you, Monique Hill. And Sugar Love, thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Y'all can hear me, press 1. So we have to understand that especially the Democrat Party, I'm gonna get to Republicans in a few, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get to them. But the Democrat Party always wanted the black woman vote. And that's what they're looking for. They never sought out the black man vote. And we have to understand the history of that. So the black man vote, and I'm talking about the ones that are straight, have strong masculinity, they're not gonna search for that. They're gonna search for the gay man, they're gonna search for the black woman, they're gonna search for the white woman, they're gonna search for the liberals. Any black man that stand up against the system, they're not gonna search out for it. And the ones that want to pander to those needs, that's what they're gonna do. And that is another issue that we have to really talk about. You know, both parties has talk about family issues, but it's not all about family. And we let in the black men and the black women that is working in this media and trying to tell us that who we need to vote, who do we need to follow, that we give our vote to. And none of them never talk about reparations. They're never talking about what we had to endure. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. But you understand what you're saying, but you say it got to come from the grassroots and everything, but it had to be revolutionary. It cannot be no watered down. It cannot be no watered down grassroots anymore. It's got to be revolutionary. Our rights, our agenda had to be on top. That's all it is. The Hispanic community have their own. They have their own media. And they shine away from our people. Only time they want us to come when something happened to them. And we got to address that. And that's what the Republican and the Democratic Party fail to understand. And so I want us to engage. That is very important. Like I said, there are 2 stories in the link. The heading can talk about Sanders, and another one talk about Biden. And I urge you all to read about it. So if anybody that wants to get on the panel and talk about it, stick to the subject. That's all I'm saying. Stick to the subject. If you have trouble to deal with it, you can stay in, no problem. You can stay in the chat, no problem. But we have to deal with it. You know. It's in trouble. Until we understand that we have to build our own. I always say this, we have to work within the system, but at the same time build our own. So we can finally leave the system and we can have our own. And I know that it's going to be some people Okay. I know it's gonna be some people. They're gonna be able to differ. But I will say this. All you need to know is to look what's going on. Put your personal fears aside and see clearly for what's going on. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, so and also then hold on family. All right. And also we don't have the Democrat Party don't even have strong surrogates too. We don't have that. They don't have that. And that's going to be like a downfall. Now, we can talk about the Republicans all we want to, but they have strong surrogates. They play dirty. And the Democrats don't like to play dirty. They want to play it easy. No. They need some pits and go at it. And that is the problem too. Again, like anybody that wants to get on, feel free, get on the panel. So that's what we at right now. So yeah, so hold on 1 second. Let me do some things for everybody that's in the chat. Very much appreciated. Let me do something. People come into the piece. I'm gonna repost the link that anybody that wants to get on the panel. Okay. Hold on, see. Yeah. And also, hold on. Hold on. This one is anybody that wants to donate to my Cash App, feel free. That'd be greatly appreciated. Or hit the like button. Right. The first story that I'm going to repost. Oh shoot! Oh, that's not it. Side family. That's not it. Now this the story that I'm going to repost. That's for Hillary Clinton bash Sanders. Right. The second story, that's when Hillary also bashed Biden. I want y'all to check the story out. Okay. All right, here it is. So anybody can press 1. Those are stories on. Those stories, I want y'all to check it out. We're gonna get into it now. Also, Crush 45, better known as President Trump, he talks about why us as people giving our vote to the Democratic Party is not, not doing anything. Yeah, no, but I don't know why. Yeah, I say that, but there's some truth to it. Yeah, but the Republican Party has nothing to think for black people. So it's like when you have some that okay, thank you. So where are we gonna go at? Where are we gonna go at? So we have to understand. Like I was looking for this. 2009. I want to take it back. This is the first and the last Republican chairman. It's Michael Steele. He did try to get more African Americans to high office, to be more, trying to get more votes in, trying to talk more about our issues, and they kicked him out. and we have to understand they went back to the good old boys club, just as the Democrats went back to the good old boys club. But we might as well say the good old girls club too. And so some of the black women that is very deep in this Democratic and Republican, you have to understand them two parties want y'all to embrace the feminist policies. They don't want y'all to fight for the black man, to the injustice of the black man. They don't want you to fight for the injustice of break away our families. And we see it for a very long time. And they are also brothers that had embraced this. But as it goes to show, they don't have strong masculinity. But see, like I said before, they go back to their men. And we have to understand that. And now people gonna say, why you say they're underrated? I can say that because it's true. So there goes the link right there. Anybody want to join the panel, feel free. And also, that is vice versa too. They go back to their woman. So what's that leave us? That leave us in shambles. And that's and that is the problem. So, but if y'all can hear me, press 1. If y'all can hear me, press 1. Then also, but there are other articles that's really happening. Then the sad thing about it, a progressive whites is even talking about Hillary, talking against Hillary Clinton, what she is really, really doing, and others within the Democrat Party. Now, Republicans ain't no different, but you notice that whenever time that they put their different side and they stick together, no matter how dirty and bad, dirty and raunchy it is, they stick together. But also all along, it'll also let us know as people, we gotta start from somewhere to have home. And I agree, but we are Penn State services that we have to start from the grassroots. But I say it had to be revolutionary. And this is something that we had continued conversation about. I know that it's not a popular conversation to have. I get it. But we have to really, really engage. We have to really, really engage. and we cannot stop running away. What's going on? Time is up. So I'm gonna be here. Keep on talking. If I find some, I might, might post something. Never know. Okay. I just feel that it's very important to really find something. I feel there's something to dash it. Bring in the form. So anybody can we press 1? That'd be greatly appreciated. Again, thanks for We Are Penn State. Thanks for Black Reality TV. Thanks for Kings and Curls. Thank you, Monique Hill. Thanks, Sugar Love. I appreciate you. Keep coming. And remember to stay on. Very important. And they are also in the media, they're talking about the demographics and what's going on, that what Biden is going to do and Sanders is going to do. And we have to really, really listen to what they're talking about. And if you notice, of both campaigns, they put the Black woman on the top of their campaign so they could defend them. And both of them gave us dreams, what they're going to do. Never once. And of the Sanders, I do respect Nina Young. I think she was a former senator, I think, one of the senators in Ohio. So I do respect that sister. I do respect that. And I know the only way she fight for our people to get something. But I feel this in what I see. Until this country had the full respect of a Black man that stand on his core, that has strong masculinity, it's going to continue. And I know there are some Black women that have strong feminine that feel the same way too. That also needs to be addressed. So, shoot, the OD. I ain't see you in a minute. Welcome, brother. I ain't see you in a minute. Hello? Hello? You can speak.
Oh, hey, JT, what's going on, man?
What's going on? I've been okay. How you doing?
I haven't spoken to you in a while, man. I thought I'd come up and say what's going on.
Find out how you doing. Yeah, I'm taking one. Well, maybe you didn't hear. I suffered 2 losses of my family last year. So other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that.
So I'm fine. So do you see the title that I put?
Yeah.
So I guess you was hearing what I was talking about, right?
No, well, I just came in like maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Okay, well, let me brush you up what's going on. The 2 stories that I posted in the chat, also I'll post in the description box, family, so you can go and listen. What happened was, matter of fact, let me read the title to you, so then I'm going. The Democratic Party is in trouble. Democratic Party is in trouble, Black people and others. Watch out. And why And I want you to come in, family. You can just come on in. And why I talk about it, because we find out that Father Hillary Clinton, she's still sour about how she got beaten in 2006. Really got beaten in 2000.
Okay, no, JT, man, I apologize for interrupting you, bro, but I can barely hear you. Plus, I can hear myself, or I can hear you speaking in the background. Is there another device on?
No, there's nothing else.
And maybe it's me. Hold on, let me use some things here. Okay, that's better. Okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Hillary is bashing Sanders, and also she bashing Biden on mainstream media. And I found that is very troubling. Now, do I have a dog in it? No, I'm just stating what's going on. Now, the two stories that I just talked about, family, is in the chat. So you can go watch it yourself. I'm not lying about it. So I found it very, very disturbing that they talk about all the issues, but they're not talking about our gender. And it seems like our gender always in the bottom. Wherever they need, help, they want to come to us. And it goes to both parties. It goes to the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And also, what I was saying before you came on DLD, that they never talk about the black man. I'm talking about the straight black man that we hold our own masculinity, that stand up against this oppression, that we strive to have to build our families up. And to me, that is very disturbing. And even the black women that have strong masculinity, that's not being talked about. And the ones who stand up. And I find that very disturbing. And so what I was saying is that we need to take a look at those issues. They don't even want to talk about reparations. They don't even want to talk about even what happened in Nathaniel Woods, that he got slaughtered for nothing. And I did it live about that. I heard about it already, but I didn't know the outcome when I first heard about Information Man. And then I was going to do a story, but I was going to do about it, but I finally done it. That's like last week, so y'all could check that out, family. And it goes to show that we don't count. And I urge us as a people and others, especially us as black people, we have to see it for what it is. And we had to engage smartly, critically. That even two parties, they play the gender role. Now, people going to say, and then I'm just going to be some black woman going to say, what about the black man? I said, well, they catered to y'all for a long time, especially the Democratic Party. They always catered to the black woman for a long time. That's why y'all got those certain things. But at the same time, it caused an effect of the black man and the family. And I was saying that, all right, thank you, Monica Moore Johnson. And at the same time, indirectly, it's breaking up the families too. Especially you got some black men to embrace that. And to me, they're not strong enough to stand up. And so, to me, it's
JT, man. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna say one last thing. You can go in. So to me, it's not all about critiquing. It's not all about data. It's all about eye test. It's all about listening. Have my authentic listening tuned in. And we have to make some decisions. We have to. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, JT, man. The Democratic Party, man, they pander to black people, and the Republican Party, they don't even try. And so until we as a people understand that, power that we have, with our vote, until we realize that, man, ain't shit gonna change for us. Now we know the black community is controlled by the church, and you know they always these Democrats. I mean these Democrat candidates. You know, every 4 years they run around here in the church. You know, if they can get the pastor to verify for these Democrats, man, presidential Democrats. And of course, you know, black people are gonna vote like that, man. They've been voting like that for decades now. And ain't shit gonna change, man.
Well,
It's just not gonna change.
I put it to you. I understand what you're saying, but I gotta talk about. We gotta all right. We gotta talk about because now a lot of us don't understand what the real is going on and everything. And so we gotta stop saying. I mean, I agree on you, but we gotta stop saying number of churches too. It be these organizations is under this oppressed rule that is happening too, and we gotta talk about that too. And I feel that is really important. All the
Yeah, no,
issues, all the issues that I'm talking about, they don't. They're
yeah,
average.
you know what, JT, man, I have seen recently, I think within the last 10, 20 years, there has been a shift in black men not voting Democratic, but the black woman, they still go to that church. They still listen to that pastor. And who does the most voting? You know, it's our women that votes more than us men do. And so that's where the issue is at, man. Like I said, it goes back to that black church and what they're preaching, to to our women.
Yeah,
And
but
of
also,
course, you know, JT. Of course, there's a lot of single households with just mothers in them. So the men ain't there, to lead them away from that BS. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I feel it goes deeper in that too. And like I say, I understand you said the church, and I get it, but I'm saying it has to be much more deeper than that. I'm saying that these organizations, they call them grassroots. They gotta address these problems too. And I found that our young black boys is being hurt, and that's not being too addressed. Young black girls being hurt, yes, they are, but they are being addressed. But these young black boys are not being addressed, and that's a problem. And so we have to, and I'm talking like this too because I've been through some things when I was younger. I see things when I was younger. And you ask me, did it got better? No, it didn't get better because we see certain things that's going on. But I will talk more. But I'll talk about that a little in the past. But maybe I should bring it up again, in the future. I don't know. It depends. Well, I will. But it depends. It depends on how I feel. But we have to understand that for me that we got to pay attention of everything that's going on. And we got to stop of certain things that we want to deal with. But certain things we want to put blinds on it. And we got to stop that. We got to stop because the more we doing that, is the more we going to be more divided. We going to be more tense. We want to work among each other. And you know what that means? That means the suppress system wins. So for me, people say, oh, you have a dog, at the party. No, I'm just talking about, I see for what it is. And there are other ethnicity groups has benefited on the backs of us too. And they are, I'm not saying that they should mention us because I'm not even thinking that they can say anything else because they're not. But I feel that it has to be a conversation. It has to be something that's wake up to us as a people. And these moderates because also they talking about the Democrats talking about, oh, they need our vote. Yeah, definitely our vote. There's because they're not, if they're not our vote, they're not going to win the nomination. Or if they're going to will go head to head for the presidency, our vote is going to bring it home. There's no doubt about it. But now, more than ever, they talk about the moderate Democrat vote, and the moderates had moderates and the independents has not been in favor for us as Black people. And that is another conversation. We talked about it. The only time that they pay attention of those demographics that we live in the United States is when the national primaries is happening. And the debates, like every 4 years or every 6 years, when you're talking about the statewide and the Senate and the nationwide Senate races, that's when they really pay attention to it. I know because I've seen it myself. I know some people had been in these certain campaigns, and they had told me that they never really paid attention to us, the people, so they really have our vote. And they had to deal with it, and they have to see it for themselves. Black men and black women, they told me. They told me. I've been to some campaigns. I seen it myself. I said, wow. So it's not just the only way that it's making up things. I'm not making up nothing. I did eye tests, and I let my victims listen, tuned in. And I'm saying this. We better understand everything. I did a live about big government yesterday. And I said, need to pay attention to that. Go and listen to that. So that's all I'm saying. DOD, you can go ahead. You go ahead.
I know, bro. I heard what you're saying, and I've been on panels with you, and I've been in chat rooms when you've discussed your youth. So I understand that, and like you said, man, there's young Black girls and boys that go through that, and we don't need to separate that, man. We need to unify even those type of issues that we have in our community. I don't want to just promote young boys or just promote young girls. I want to support both groups, at the same time. Now, again, man, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, this new party that you're talking about, independent parties, they're not going to do anything for us as a people until we make them. Now, another thing that I'm noticing here lately is, like I said earlier, man, the Black women are in the church listening to these preachers. They're voting Democrats. The Black men, they're separating themselves from the church, and now they're voting Republican. What we have to understand as a people, man, the Democrats aren't going to do anything for us. The Republicans, the independents, none of them are going to do anything for us until we make them. And until that happens, man, we're going to be in the same predicament we're in. And we're in this predicament because we're separated from each other. Excuse me. The Black man and the Black woman are separate. We're not united together. And this is why we're going through this, JT.
Well, I'm going to say this, that you're talking about the young Black boy, young Black girls. And I'm very firm with this. When it comes to young Black girls, to help young Black girls, they never say young Black boys.
Right. I get that. And that's the part. That's what I'm saying, JT, because we keep separating them. The women are separating. I'm only talking about the girls. We men are only talking about the boys. We need to stop doing that. We need to start talking as a collective.
Nah, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to disagree on you at one point. But when we always talk about young girls, and I'm not saying young girls need to be pay attention. Yes, they do. But we always talk about young girls. But when it comes to young boys, We always have to. Oh, what about the young girls? No. Let's talk. If you're going to stick to the subject, stick to the subject. There are young black boys have been violated by women predators for a long time. And these women predators is in higher position. And I want to know, and I'm excited. Like I said, I don't know when it's going to happen because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. But I know for a fact this is happening. And there are some black men and there are some black women in higher positions. It's not refuse to talk, refuse to say anything about it. And as for me as a black man, I am tired of it. I've been talking about this going on for a very, very, very long time. And enough is enough. And I don't care what black men get mad at me. I don't care what a black woman get to me. You can get mad at me. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. But I'm saying is this. When are y'all is going to talk about these women attacking these young black boys, messing them up? And then y'all don't want to take no accountability. Y'all don't want to take no accountability for that. I want to know. But you know what? Nobody don't want to talk about it because they don't want to step on toes. Now, let's talk about it. Because the young black girls, they gonna be taken care of. They're gonna make sure they're okay. But our young black boys is suffering. And when they suffering, that means in adult life, they are suffering. And that's when this oppressed system has thrown them away. Well, I'm going to fight for them. I'm going to fight for them. And I don't care anybody that gets mad at me over that.
And you know what, JT, man, I will be there standing next to you, fighting with you, because I agree with what you're saying. I know young black girls are going to be more protected. This society believes that if you're a girl and that happens to you, it's much more devastating than if it happens to a young boy getting treated that way from a woman. It's just the way society thinks. But the young black boys are damaged just as much. You know, I get that, and once again, man, that's why I say we need to come together and loop it and group it all into one lump sum and speak on it that way instead of separate. Now I know where you're coming from, bro. Believe me, I do. Like I said, we've been on panels where you've talked about it, so I know where you're coming from. And like I said, I would be in the fight with you, but I would love to also be able to include us as a group, man. You know what I'm saying? As one collective and talk about it. Have women and men talk about it and get the message out there, because then it's a more powerful message when we speak as one than being separated.
Yeah, and at the same time, too, do not change the subject either. If we're going to address young black girls, we always address young blacks, we stick to subject. If we're going to address young black boys, stick to subject. There's no changing. Stick to the subject, because that's our problem, too. We like to change the subject. What about it? No.
Exactly.
Stick to the subject. I don't want to hear that. Because,
I agree with you.
Because no matter what happens, there's things happening to young black girls too. So I agree on that and I acknowledge that. But the young black boys is not being mentioned at all.
Right. I JT, like I said, I totally agree with that, man. Not at all, they're not. And that's where we need to make the change. We need to also include them in that. You know, when the sisters are talking about these young black girls, I would love to think that they would also want to mention the boys too, because they're raising boys as well. Boys and girls are being raised, by black men and women.
Okay. Yeah, Monica.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Monica. Yeah, she says that don't forget. Yeah, we talk about that, Monica.
Exactly. I believe him. Yeah, Monica's right. Abuse is abuse. Don't forget the young black boys abused by men, especially in sports.
But we talk about that. But we talk about that too for a long time, Monica.
But we should, and it should be a daily conversation, and that conversation should be done by both black men and women.
But I'm saying, like, no. But understand what I'm saying. We always talk about that. We always talk about black men abused by men in sports. I see it myself. I play ball. We always talk about that, Monica. We always talk about it. I talk about it too. I hear those conversations a lot more than women abuse boys. Come
Look,
on.
let me tell you something. I
God.
don't care. I don't care if it's black men, or men abusing black boys or women abusing black boys. It's wrong both ways, and it should be covered in its
It's
entirety. And as a collective, it shouldn't be all women. You shouldn't have to worry about women doing it to black boys because they are.
but it's not happening.
Stop concentrating on just black men doing it to black boys. It's being done by both. Period.
But
And
it's
it's
not
being
happening.
done
But
by,
it's not happening.
I'm quite sure it's being done black women, black girls in some instances, and probably a lot of instances.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
But it should. Which it should be a conversation about.
Oh, see, all right. Well,
It.
Monica, and Monica, you said seeing the link to those videos is being unreported. Let me tell you, I played in tournaments in New York and all over. When a man abuses a boy, and they find out, the father gets into it, the uncles get into it, it's done. It's taken care of. But it's gone unreported. I know for a fact because I seen it myself. One of my friends that played ball, it was not even a coach. It was the friends on the block was abusing him. It got so bad that the father was after him, his brothers after him, his uncles after him, and everything. He had them, him and his family had to move out the block within days. And it has been dealt with. That had the system had stepped or somewhat, yeah. But PCB, those has been taken care of within our community. We don't tolerate that. You know what I'm saying?
You see where we're at. We see where
And
we're at.
it goes unreported.
But you see where we're at, JT, man. Now we're arguing about whether or not it's more black men and black women that's doing, harm to these black boys. Doesn't matter. When it really comes down to it, man, we need to do something about it because
Have a
we
good
know
day,
what's happening.
Monica.
We know what's happening with both sexes. I mean, it just is. But yet we're arguing back and forth about who does it the most.
I'm not arguing.
Having a discussion back and forth about who does it the most. We need to end that discussion, man, and come together as black men and women to get this issue resolved. That's where we're having a problem. We can't get past each other to get the issue resolved.
Yeah, all I'm just saying like this, that my existence counts.
Of course.
And it be wrong of me that if I'm gonna keep on mission, if I have a mission about our young boys not being hurt, that means I'm doing a disservice to myself, and my masculinity comes with it. Now I always say that we gotta pay attention to young black girls. I said it often, but when it seems like when it comes to young black boys, people, some of us do not want to talk about it. Some of us that is, you know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you like this: men deal with men, and men abuse little boys. That was not tolerated in our community, and it's still not tolerated in our community. That you know that I know as a man, that is not being tolerated. Even if a man abuse young girls, that is not tolerated. Our community, you can done it, but it seems that. And I'm going to the next subject that goes with it. But it seems young black boys, it's always something. When it comes to women, it's not always something. And so until you understand, because it does reflect on you. And I gotta fight for that. I'm not going backwards. But these other things, when I'm saying about it goes hand in hand, that either party is not willing to talk about, and they're not going to talk about it.
Right. And JT, man, if they're not going to talk about it, then yeah, people like you and I, we can talk about it. Like I said, I've never had that issue, growing up, anything like that. But like I said, man, I don't want you to quit doing what you're doing. You've raised the alarm. Cause like I said, I hadn't even really thought about it until I heard you speak on it.
Oh,
'Cause don't
really?
get me.
Okay.
Yeah. Until you spoke to it, brother, I never even thought about black women or women, messing with little boys. I just never thought about it. It never came to my mind that happened. That's why. But I know in society, if they frown on it, more if it's a man messing with a girl than it is a woman messing with a boy. It's just for whatever societal reasons. And that's the way it is.
But I'm gonna get off the subject because but I ain't gonna change. I'm not gonna change. I'm still gonna fight. I'm just gonna say
You better
that.
not. You better not
I,
change.
I ain't changing. I'm still gonna fight. Just like always fight for our people. But I'm not. But I'm never gonna give up the fight for our young black boys getting brutalized by some women. And that's all it's gonna be. You don't like it.
Right.
Some people don't like it. They don't like it. That's on you. You gotta deal with it. But I would say now, but the two candidates that we want to talk about. Anybody that wants to join the panel, the link is in the chat, so feel free to join. That Sanders and Biden. Now, I want to get your input on the deal, because I know you talk about some politics, in the past too. But Biden has shown as him being a moderator, even when they want to call him, he's a progressive. At first when he came in as a Democrat in the early 70s, he was a moderate. So moderate Democrats back then was not embracing the civil rights of our people, our rights as a people, period. So, but now he had to switch it up throughout the years and become progressive because, you start seeing that's when the Black Caucus was formed back in the early 70s. I'll talk about Tier 2 early, in the past of my channel. And so there are some Democrats, white Democrats, was moderate that become progressive because they have to work with us and everything. But I found it very ironic throughout the years. Things has not been changed. And a lot of us has been voted throughout the years. Yeah. But I found that the ones who was in the civil rights movement, even who have fought within civil rights, they are long-time congresswomen and also they're long-time congressmen. And we just lived off of their wave. But the districts that they live in good. But the district they live in, they have not progress. The money is not there. There's not enough programs so people could really prosper in as a society. And I find it very, very discouraging. Now there's going to be some people say, what about Black people need to get out and vote? You need to do for yourselves and stuff. What I would say is there are some have opportunities and there are some do not have it. Now the ones that don't have the opportunity doesn't mean that they're lazy. Now the ones who have the opportunity, if you had the opportunity, you should work to get what you have. You got to get opportunities. So we have to understand that too. We let the media talk about our narrative. And so I know that what I'm saying right now, it's not popular, but it's still happening right now. There are some of us that have opportunity to do it, and there are some that don't. Now, there are some that, well, you got social media, you got this and that and everything. Yeah, that's what they want you to think. And that's why one of the reasons that we just have to really see the demographic of what it is. We have to understand the class. And we have to understand also we got to work hard within ourselves. There's no doubt about that. But until we understand each other's flight, the mindsets ain't gonna change and the ways ain't gonna change. And I'm gonna fight for that too. Hey, listen, I'm a complex person. I know that. But I see you as a black man. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe we have a little difference here and there, but I see you as a black man. And you should see me as a black man. That's how we see you as a black man, no matter what. But I found out that throughout social media, we have seen different shows, and they talk about the flight as a black people. And they always show the ones that already made it. And I'm not saying that what they doing, they made it, and you know, kudos to them. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy. But the thing is it trickling down the ones that sorely needed. And I found out, like, in the past, some of our people had done it. So some people say, oh, it ain't done it. Yeah, it has been done. And so that's when we start relying on these parties to say, oh, you need a entitlement for them. But they use our entitlements for a long time. And we start having these family conversations, and it's not happening. So, like, if I get something, I have the obligation to help the ones that sorely need it. I'm not going to listen what the media is saying. I'm not going to listen to some ones, oh, you need to build a point. Yeah, I need to take care of myself, take care of my family. There's no doubt about it. Yes. But after all that is happening, I need to go back. And the ones that wants to be helped, yeah, I understand that too. But I gotta be there. I gotta be there. You hear what I'm saying? It's not a lot of us do not want to talk about the conversation. So you can jump on it. I need myself.
Well, I'm not going to be here for long, JT, man, but I do agree with what you're saying. I do agree with what you're saying. Those of us that make it should reach back and help pull someone else up. But there's not a lot of us actually with that mindset, man. These days it's all about the bag. Get what you can for yourself and your family, and to heck with everyone else, man. That's just the mentality of this day and time. These once again, I don't know how to frame this any better. These Democratic and Republican parties, moderate Democrat parties, social, none of that is going to help us until we make them do it. There's always been three classes in this world. There's always been the rich, the middle class, and the poor. And the poor, unfortunately, is going to always catch hell when it comes to services to help them to come up. It's almost as if the society needs those three classes for it to survive. Everybody can't be rich. If everybody's rich and doing well, who's going to be working in the factories and in the fields? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be driving the school buses and you know what I'm saying? There has to be a three-class society for this to work. Now, the poor people, they have to be able to survive for there to be three classes. And that's why they give the people just enough services to keep them going, but not enough to rise up and to do anything for themselves. Like you said, just people that have opportunities, and there's people that don't. And the don'ts are always going to be the ones that's going to be effed over. I mean, It's just, unfortunately, it's the way it is here. And then those of us that do make it, a lot of us don't want to reach back and bring them up, forward. Like in the Nipsey Hussle issue, he was trying to give back. Look what happened to him.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say, hey, well, why should I do that and put myself at risk and my family at risk to help someone, help someone else who they feel could have made it just like they did.
I agree on that. I agree on that. And at the same time, we could learn from those situations too. So do you want to I know you say you're not gonna stay there that long.
I can be up for a few minutes, man. I can be.
Okay, cool. But to keep on and everything, why I brought this, let me read it again, so in case anybody coming, Democratic Party, the Democratic Party is in trouble, black people and others, watch out. And I mean, we need to watch out. Because there are things is really happening. And the sad thing about it, I'm talking about now, I'm putting on my political hat now. Y'all don't think that the Republicans is not saying anything? They say something, but they being quiet. They are jotting down. They setting up right now. They setting up their surrogates. And they pulling all the dirt. And trust and believe. They're gonna put some stuff out there. Hey, black people, you see what the Democrats is doing? Why don't you come to us? We promise we won't bring it. Well, we know that's a lie. But we better watch out for that too. And the sad thing about it, I don't think the Democratic Party is ready for fighting. See, they want to play nice. No, you punch me in my mouth, I'm taking your head off. That's as simple as that. And people say politics is dirty. Yeah, politics is dirty. And it's bloody. And sometimes in life, you cannot play nice. You cannot play nice. Why do you think most of these millionaires make it? Because they wasn't playing nice. They got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do to get ahead. It's not what JT is saying. It's truth. So it's going to remain to be seen that these Democrats is going to put on their hats. But they're talking about the surrogates is going to play dirt. Which remains to be seen. I don't know. Because and we have to understand this too. Everything is building up to beat Trump. You notice about that too. And you don't think Republicans is going to play on that? Look at the issue. They're not talking about this. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about that. See, the common.
Yeah. JT, check this out, bro. Right now, man, if the because the Republicans are in charge, Senate, and they have the presidency. If the Republicans really cared about black people, give black people reparations, and the Republicans will be in party forever. Every black person on this planet would be voting Republican if the Republicans gave black people reparations. Do you know why they won't do that? Because they don't care about black people either. Republicans don't care. The Democrats, independents, they just don't care.
Yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. They're going to play this game. But this is the thing about that. What I was saying before you get on. Our agenda, I tell people all the time, especially us as people, our agenda has to be first priority. But either party refused to put our agenda on top. And there are media, they know what's going on, that looks like us, that refuse to even talk about put our agenda down. Do they say our agenda here and there? Yeah. No, you're supposed to bank on it. If you give a party for decades,
well, see, but JT, there you go again. That's where the three classes come in. If they're like, say, Don Lemon, if he was to mention what you just said on camera, he'd be fired before the show was over. And then he's saying, well, why should I put myself out for these people? You know what I'm saying? That really don't even know me or care about me or anything. I got to take care of myself and my family. So that's why you'll never hear a black. Now maybe once they get fired, if they get fired for some other reason, something like that, then you may hear them come up, and it's only going to be, it's not going to be really loud that you hear it either. You know, it's not going to be like they're standing on a rooftop shouting. You may catch them saying in a off interview somewhere or something like that. But everybody now, man, it's all about self. Unfortunately, these days, man.
Yeah, and then you know this could talk. We could talk about sports on these levels too.
Yeah, of course.
That you even got some sports that act like they ain't part of the party, and you really, when they want to seek out for justice, they don't seek out for justice. Look at what happened to Wilder. You know, look what happened.
Man, before JT, man, before I had my last channel got taken down, I did a video. I said that if every player in the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball that were black, if they quit and stopped playing today, those leagues would fold in a year or two. That's the power that we have, but we're not using the power. We're just not, for whatever reason, and it's because people are afraid to lose that wealth that they have accumulated. They're not gonna put their families at risk for someone else. And they don't know.
Yeah, and also there's the ones that have some of the wealth. They not gonna let it trickle down the ones that really sort of need to. So
not very much. They may put a school together like LeBron did or something like that, but they're not gonna really do a whole too much so that massa don't slap them across the head and say stop doing that.
But I would say this though. I'm talking especially black men.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I'm just want to say this, black men. We have to excel of our own strong masculinity. Let me say it again. Black men, we have to excel of our own strong masculinity. We have to stand for what is right, even though it's not popular, even though you won't get ridiculed, even though even some family members going to ridicule, or your friends or your spouses. At the end of the day, you got yourself. You know what's right. I am not going to let my masculinity has a price. I am not going to go secondary masculinity. I am a black man. I am a man, and I know who I am. And I do have examples in the past, as black men have stand that even some have lost their life. I even see that even some of social media has black men has stand up and get ridiculed and still keep on going. But we have to understand, we have to be in alignment with the black man that is willing to stand up for what's right.
And I totally agree, man.
We cannot be candid of certain things and convenience that we don't stand up. I don't care.
JT, man, do you realize, man, last year there was a certain person that called a female. Now, this female I known for a year before she even came over to YouTube. And her and I was cool. I met her over on Twitter. You know, a situation came up last year, man, where some dude called her all kind of bees on his platform. Everybody in the chat was laughing at the sister thing. I was the only one that stood up for this sister. And you know, the sister told me to get lost and went right back over there to where those people that cussed her out and laughed at her and all this stuff. She went right back over on their panels, man. Now, and I could have easily said, "Well, forget this. I'm not helping no more sisters. I'm not standing up for no more sisters." But I don't let that one person. And I came close to letting that one person, sway me from helping any other sister. But I just something was in me just wouldn't allow me to do that. But man, I understand why a lot of people don't want to go that route. I can understand it. Like I said, I spoke up for this queen, man, and this queen told me to kick rocks and went right back over there.
But you have to understand one thing, there are some women that have toxic feminine, and there are some men that have toxic masculinity, and those are the ones that we gotta stay away. I'll stay away from those guys. You know what I mean? Because
But see, that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what's keeping us separate. We got these red pill guys running around, these women talking about black men, these crystal swirlers type people. I mean, just all we're
oh,
just too fractured. You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
oh,
Too
oh, oh,
divided.
oh, oh, I gotta say this one thing. Now, the brothers that talk about the red pill, I do identify with what they're saying because there are things that's really happening that we don't want to pay attention. So when people talk about red pill, that's what I'm saying. That we just cannot just. I'm not saying you, but we just cannot just say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay attention." But this is we better pay attention to the ones that are speaking the truth, and then the ones that is not speaking the truth. But I would say this, and I'm not just saying just to saying it, because I'll be 54. I see things in my lifetime. I see things. I've been through things. So, but get back to brothers that are red pill, that stand on what they believe, that stand on what they believe, and what they go through. I do identify it because I see it myself, and I've been through it myself. So I have to say that. I have to say that. So I'm just saying
But
this.
see, JT, what black man has not gone through some BS with a black woman? To me, man, there is no weaker thing than to want to abandon your own women for another race of women because you feel you can't deal with their foolishness. That there's going to be some black women out here you just can never reach. They're going to be left behind, unfortunately for them, because they don't want to be right. But I think that there's many more black women out here that are good black women that want to be with black men. But because we running around talking about with red pill and SYSBM and all this so crap, man, once again, it's another separation for
D-
us.
D-
Another way
DOG,
to keep us apart.
DOG, I would say this, and I learned this from my late mother. I learned this from my late grandmother. My grandma told me this, and it's back in your mind. The world's changing. It's going to be some women that's not going to respect you as a man. You stand up as being a man. And the issues that you're talking about the black men, son, you have to understand. This oppressed system had gave the black woman a lot of leverage to destroy whatever black men that want to stand up for themselves, and it needs to be talked about. Now, if you wants to go on another route, that's on you. I'm telling you for personal experience, and I'm telling you for what I see. And you know what? At the end of the day, I am a black man. At the end of the day, my existence counts. At the end of the day, it has to be addressed. And I'm
Again,
telling you,
JT,
I'm telling you because you know why? Because I see certain members of my family, and I see certain members of other family and stuff like that. I'm sorry. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And we got to stop.
I agree with you.
We
Right
got to
is right and
stop
wrong
that.
is wrong, JT. I agree with you on
No,
that. But I can't
you
I
know that.
can't I can't subscribe to something that's gonna kill off my people, man, because one or two black women that we deal with do us dirty, that we want to just abandon all black women because of
It's
that.
not. No, it's not abandoned. There are some black men that's not abandoned the black men. They just some of them are just addressing what's going on. Just as some black women addressing what the black man is going on.
Okay, so
But
then why is it to be labeled a red pill then if you're just talking about a situation? From what I understand, these brothers don't want to be with black women. They want to go find
there are
other.
some. No. That's what you want at. These brothers is with black women. What you talk? They are black women. There are some that are fighting for black women. You know what I'm saying? That has strong, that heart, that has strong, um, that has strong feminine. You hear what I'm saying? So there are some that are fighting, but I'm saying like that as a black man, we don't have that many. avenues that we could talk about ourselves, to build about ourselves. So I'm saying like this, I have the right to talk about myself. I have the right because when I was coming up, I didn't have that many. I didn't have that many avenues of us as black men we could talk about. Even in our families and even that too. Yeah, I understand this ambassador is never going to end. Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, I gotta speak the truth. The truth is the truth. And that's it. Now, people don't want to understand the truth for some of that. That's on them. It's not on me. Like I always say, it's you. It's it's a them problem. It's a you problem, not a them problem. It's not. It's a
But
them
see,
problem.
but see,
That's
JT,
what I'm
JT,
saying. I'm not.
right? But black men should speak up for themselves. You speak up for black men and for other black men. I get that, but not to the detriment of the black race. Not to where they want to say, "Hey, I don't want to deal with black women anymore. I want to go get me a white woman or an Asian woman or whatever. I want to go overseas and find a woman." You know, I mean, to me, yeah,
Come
no,
on, man. Come
it's,
on.
but that's
Come
crazy
on.
to me, JT, man. It's just crazy to me. Now,
Come on.
like I
Now,
said,
now,
you know,
let me tell you, there are some brothers that I talk to. You know what? Sometimes they go where they ain't going away just to go, oh, just want to see someone play. Sometimes they go away because you know the businesses, it's not happening in the United States. So they feel I can make more money and do what I have to do. And so it's not just see other women. There are some black men married. Sorry, I didn't understand. Oh, sorry. There are some black men, and I'm not making no excuses. They told me there are some they marry black women, and also they go over there to understand more of our culture in other parts of the world. And so again, like I'm saying, like if we to be it's like this.
okay, JT,
If we're gonna say, listen, if we're gonna say that they are black men, there are some doing that. Yes, there are some. There are some black women is doing the same thing too. So I'm saying this is what I'm saying. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose. That's what you choose to do. But I'm saying this that for me, I'm talking about all I can say, but for me as a black, I know when I was coming up, the conversation of the black men going through some things was not happening. And now this is happening right now. There are some people, and I'm talking about brothers, there are some brothers is having a problem. And I don't know why some of us as brothers having a problem. And it proves my point that there are some brothers fail to understand their own masculinity, their own oneself, and to understand, look, this is what I was going through for a long time. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to do, but you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. And so I identify with these brothers that these stories is coming out. And we say, this is how it is. And this is a new day. You take it or leave it because you know why. Because when I was trying to talk about myself, when I was talking about the things I was going to do, I was getting the door slammed in my face. And now, right now, throughout the years, when I'm talking like this, I lost a lot of friends. They even some family members that to this day don't even say that much to me. But when you like my late parents always say this. When you stand up for what's right, a lot of people is not going to see that, but you will persevere. And so to understand that, this is my stance. So any brother or any sister that stand up for our people and to stand up, okay, there's something wrong, but we got to correct it. And I'm going back to the black man, stand up for what's wrong and to understand, listen, this is what happened to me. I'm all with that. I gotta go because I gotta talk to my second brother because he even texted me and said, "Can you make it last for Martha?" And I got to go. Hello?
I'm here, brother. You say you had to go?
Yeah, I have to go because I got my second brother just texted me and I gotta talk to him because he's not feeling good. So
Okay. Well, I want to thank you,
so
man, for having
make it
me
last
up.
remarks. Make it last remarks.
Just want to say thank you for having me up, bro. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Monica Mo and Monique Hill and Eunice. I see y'all ladies in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, JT, man. We'll talk about it again, bro. We'll have further discussions.
Okay.
All right, bro. Take care, man.
All right, peace. Hold on, fam. I was going to type something. All right. Now, you see the title, and Democrat Party says the Democrat Party is in trouble. Black people and others need to watch out. I did post 2 stories about Hillary Clinton that she bashes Biden and Sanders, and they both white. Okay, and I want you to look at that, and they in trouble. I'm just saying the Democrat Party's in trouble, and the ones that in the Democrat Party, and we're the 2 parties is in trouble, and we understand that. Our agenda is really, really pushed to the top, and what I'm seeing is no, and it goes taking on that we was talking about different things is what's going on, and it all goes hand in hand with the title that I developed. But I will say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I want people to understand this. As a Black man, I'm tired of this oppressed system, and our people is shutting me up. I'm gonna say that I feel. I'm gonna say what I see, and I'm not gonna be denied, respected, or not to respect it. And that's the bottom line. And in Black men, and we understand of our true masculinity, and we understand that we do count. That's what counts. And I always say this, strong Black woman has strong feminine, identify with that. And that's all it is. Let me say it again. A Black woman that has strong feminine identifies what I just said. And I'm just saying that we better understand what's going on with this politics thing, what's going on. And what I just said. On that note, have a good day. Have a good afternoon, have a good evening. Ghosts on this one. Peace.